What up, guys? Today we're going to be reviewing Puyo Puyo, a set that no one saw coming and which was delayed like 6 times, but is finally out. So we'll get our hands on some cards that I don't think anyone really asked for, but quite a few people are somewhat hoping that a lot of us have played the games in question. So on the cast today we have me, lycheepunnet, and as always we have El Prez.
So,
And we also have two people who have played the games, but only one of whom is buying the cards. I think we've got Katsu, who is actually buying the cards,
Hi, I'm Katsu.
he
and
has
we have
money.
Teru, who is playing, who has played Puyo Puyo, but I don't think is buying the cards.
I like puzzle games.
Yeah, especially gimmicky anime-esque ones like this. It wasn't always anime. Anyway, we're going to do things a bit differently because I've noticed that all of our videos are horribly biased, which we can only really attribute to people being, I guess, more enthusiastic at the beginning and less enthusiastic at the end. So we're going to go in, we're going to rotate. So we're going to rotate and start with blue first, then go to yellow, then to green, then to red. Uh, yeah, that's how we're going to do it. And yeah, I guess we can go. But before we do that, I guess we have to spiel about the new ratings. Not new, it's not new anymore. We've done it for like 6 sets now. It's the rating system we employ. It goes from good to bad because Weiss is a game with a much higher floor and a very variable ceiling. That means you can't really use A plus to F scores or 0 to 10 reliably because that's super subjective and it just causes you to start debating things that don't really matter. What really matters is whether a card can go into a deck. So our good cards, which is, I guess, the best rating you can give a card, they're the cards you start in your deck that you put 3 to 4 of and you expect to draw and play and be happy about because they're doing good things that make you happy you played the deck. Next, we've got playable cards. These are your filler cards. They're the cards which you play because in Weiss you need role players. You need players at level 0, 1, 2, 3. Less so 2, but definitely the other ones. Because of that, you may sometimes play cards which aren't outright amazing, but are still fine. Then we have the niche cards. These are cards which go into what you might term waifu decks. Decks based around a specific character or specific concept or combo that requires you to walk the deck around said concept or combo and might be meta worthy, might not be. An example of a good recent meta deck was the Symphogear Alchemist's deck. I don't like the fact I just said that, but it has results, so what can I do? And then we have the bad rating. Other card games tend to use this rating very liberally, but in Weiss, most things have the flaw of being a beta or two soul. So cards are often fine. Like
That
you
does
can still
remind
play
me.
them.
For science, we have determined what the worst double rare in Weiss was.
What did you do?
It was 2-2 kill yourself.
Pardon me?
Where was this?
Macross Frontier.
That cross front, wonderful. So we'll keep that in mind. So as Alfred just mentioned, bad cards are cards which actively make you lose the game. So they go towards you losing as opposed to you winning, or they are entirely outclassed by something else. For example, if you've got say a 0/0 vanilla, that card is generally outclassed by 3/5s that, for example, can't side attack, or 3/5s that have a very minor demerit that doesn't matter in your that doesn't really matter. Like you need to have one or a few other characters. That is usually a straight outclassing of this card in a meta sense, and so we will call the vanilla card bad because it is just worse than another card in 99+% of scenarios. And with that, I think we can kind of go, right?
Yeah, we absolutely can.
Yes.
Let's do
So,
it.
a screen share?
Yes, should be visible.
Anyway, uh, not to me, but that's fine. Anyway,
Okay, my connection
first
might just be
card,
garbage right now.
that is fine. So we're gonna go with blue first, which means the first card is Ringo Lost in
What?
Mystery.
No, I already have purple Puyo on screen.
Excuse me. All right.
Fine,
Who
fine,
went
fine.
best
So
for first?
What?
we're gonna celebrate the newest addition to the Weiss color palette. This is something that Magic the Gathering has been trying to do for a long time, but has been too much of a sissy color. It is purple, which is a wonderfully regal color. Um,
Well, yes.
it is not the first non-primary color to make an appearance in Weiss because we have green, which, as we all know, is a combination of yellow and blue. However,
Fascinating.
you can tell I don't really want to talk about a goddamn vanilla, right? Like, I don't want to talk about a vanilla.
It's
So
So
good.
this card gets the meta rating for me because it's banned.
I'd have to go the
It's banned
same.
from a dead format. My rating for this card is purple.
I would
Oh,
also
sorry.
accept that rating.
You can just type purple because purple is my rating for this card.
I gave it the rating rated
This
because
card is banned in standard alongside one of the other purple card, the only other purple card. We don't know why. We can never tell why. It's kind of like why we have Misakuro at 2, but that's a topic for another day.
Whoa there.
for very soon, in fact. All right, now that we're getting onto real cards,
Okay, so we're going on to the first blue double R.
yes, 90.
That card's name is Ringo Lost in Mystery. So Ringo is the protagonist of Puyo Puyo 7, I think.
Yes.
She's known for yelling maths things. That's pretty cool.
Mutation.
Her mutation is her ultimate. She also likes trigonometry a lot, as evidenced by her first 3 tiers. Anyway, this is Ringo Lost in Mystery. She's a 0025. She has the mill runner property. So at the start of your opponent's attack phase, you may mill the top card of your deck. If it is a Puyo character, which is, I think, every single character in this set,
Yeah.
you may move this to an empty slot in the front row. So it escapes your opponent's big beaters, their bombs, with a couple exceptions, and is generally just a neat card. What can I say? It's a good level 0 beta profile that maintains some usefulness in the late game.
Mill runners will always get a good rating for me.
Mm-hmm.
Or
I mean, like,
Yeah.
this specific profile. I mean, there are mill runners that definitely aren't good.
Love life.
Mill
man,
level
Love Life got
0,
a good one.
I believe.
Yeah, that extra booster was something.
So,
I mean, like, it's a runner with no other abilities. Like, it's fine.
It's still fine.
It's
that it-
good.
yeah, like you can let you mill a card that isn't a climax later in the game. Alternatively, it will fill your climax and it'll make you very unhappy.
well,
It's usually worth it.
until you like call the exact moment where you die because of this card.
Yeah,
Then you're sad.
I think this is fine. I don't remember reading another one of those cards, which is like if you have one or fewer other characters, all your other characters gain 1k.
No, I don't believe I saw any of
No.
those.
I don't remember seeing one of those, which means you can't do the IMAS or Shin-Chan nonsense where you have an enormous runner. But otherwise, this card is fine. I see no reason to give it anything less than a good rating.
Yep. Moving on.
Yeah.
So this card
Too
is
much text.
probably the best card in the set, right?
Easily.
I think.
Yeah.
I guess.
This is like my favorite.
This is Risukuma's guy. He's a bear and he likes science. He also likes love, and I'm very disappointed he instead of love. Because yeah, if there are 3 or fewer cards in the waiting room, this gets your climaxes in your opponent's waiting room, right?
Yeah, it's breaking up really bad.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was my end. It is simply our host that is breaking up. So while he is breaking up, I will read the text instead because I also have it in front of me.
I'm not the host, by the way.
No, he is not. He is just from the moon. That is why
Yeah.
he is sad.
Am I still breaking up?
Yeah, slightly.
Okay, you go then.
All right. If there are 3 or fewer cards in your opponent's waiting room, what 3 or
Excuse
fewer
me?
climaxes? God,
It's climaxes. Hello are
God
the cards.
damn it!
Oh my goodness. This is.
Freaking
We need Alf apparently.
apparently.
We need lycheepunnet.
lycheepunnet, please. If there are 3 or fewer climaxes in your opponent's waiting room, this gets -1 level in hand. When this is placed from hand to stage, reveal the top card of your library. If it is a climax card, send this to memory. At the beginning of your next draw step, choose a Risukuma Senpai in your memory and put it in any slot on on the stage. When this is placed from hand or memory to stage, you may put the top card of your clock into the waiting room. So basically, it's pay 2, send this to memory, heal twice, because it'll come back next turn.
I mean, like, that's if you reveal a climax. But
Yeah,
yeah.
if you reveal a climax. Or you paid 2 to heal once, and
And that's still fine.
and you will now brainstorm or something. I don't know.
I
Did
mean,
we
like,
cover how it's 3 or fewer climaxes and not 3 or
Yes.
fewer
Yeah.
cards?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Heart of the cards, please.
I mean, it's
So-
a funny early play condition. I've played with Phantom a lot, which has a similar early play in that checks for 5 or more in your opponent's waiting room.
Hmm.
I think early play heals are pretty sweet, personally.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. You can
No.
actually set up for this early play because you have 2 mutual refreshes in this set.
Well,
So
one of them
there's
is not
that.
free for the opponent.
At least one of which is very playable.
Hmm.
I think this card, there are a few things you need to know about this card. The first is, no matter how it is placed from memory to stage, it will allow you to heal, which means effects like your opponent's dressed up Nagato or Persona 3 Shuffle Time
Okay,
will
I was about to
cause,
say. It's like.
will cause this card to heal. Heal your opponent,
Nice.
mind you. If you manage to time machine this and get it back with a like Haruhi or Fate Zero cards, you will get another heal. But that's not very relevant. This is mostly just a 10k that heals and might heal a second time.
I mean, I think we're not addressing the kind of
Is it
awkward scenario of you played this dude down and you kind of needed him, and then he's
Yeah,
out.
it is a mandatory sense of memory, and that is fairly awkward sometimes.
I feel like this is a very valid concern, but at the same time, you're getting an additional heal for what is effectively free.
Sure, but like, I guess he shows you it's safe to brainstorm, and then you can plus off your brainstorm and play with whatever you get. Play whatever you get back.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
that's fine in my eyes. I think this
Yeah.
card is. I still don't think it's great.
That's when you try to play another one of these, and it flips over another climax.
well,
You
the
get 2
value,
more
man.
heals. That's really
You're playing,
cool, actually.
You're paying 4 to heal 4. That's like it's even delayed, so your opponent gets to do damage beforehand.
Okay, and also, you get beaters out of it compared to
Yeah,
paying 4
the
to
next
heal
turn.
4 in Da Capo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but that one you get compression.
Sure. I mean,
Kind of.
this goes to memory too.
I guess.
Just remember that you get to stack your effects in any way you want. So when you place from hand to stage, do the heal first. That's I feel like that's just something I should mention.
I mean, is that
Is that really relevant?
I mean,
Well,
won't you just
yeah,
always
you still
otherwise-
get the heal if you send it to memory?
Oh, good point. Yeah.
isn't the ability
magic.
primed or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm just not thinking. Right.
Rating wise, I guess I just give
I
this. I give it a playable rating.
I give it playable.
Yeah, playable's what I gave it, but I don't know if it really fits into a deck.
Sure.
I there that you have a arguably better early play that sets you up for a more powerful late game.
Well,
This
I
card-
completely agree with that.
Yeah, this card sometimes does not, but other times you'd much rather just cantrip and have
Oh.
a fat card left.
This, to me, this just seems like a really fun card that isn't terrible.
Yeah, I've been resisting the urge to shout his names.
You can save that for his other card that actually says that in his name.
So,
Well, moving on.
next card is Risukuma Senpai, reaction of. This is a assist 500. Pay 1, sack it to check the top 4 cards, add a Puyo character to hand, and put the rest into the waiting room.
So this is like the Shin-chan version of the Akatsuki effect before Akatsuki got printed as Azusa.
This is the
Right.
fair version of the Akatsuki effect.
The what
and
version?
by fair, I mean the fair
Fair.
version.
Oh, fair. Yeah,
and,
like
by,
yes,
and by fair, I mean bad.
yes. Because it's no longer a costless hand fixing effect.
Yeah. So basically, when you play a card like this, You're doing it because you really badly want the mill, or you value the mill and the option of this. And after looking through cards in this set, I'm not 100% sure you want this particular assist.
Mm-mm. There's a better one you can play at level 1.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the biggest blow for me is like if this effect was just like at any point you could put this into waiting room, then fine, that's great. Basically, you get to have an
Yeah, like you
assist,
get the
and then,
option to do it like whenever you want, and that's nice.
but I don't really want to pay one for this very often.
Mm.
Right.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Like, it's not a terrible card, and it does mill you through your deck, but at the same time, I don't think I ever want to play this.
I'm gonna give it. I guess it is still a playable card. It's just
Yeah,
like on
I
the
said it was
that's the thing.
playable.
it's on the very
It's the
low end of playable.
low end of playable. That's what I think.
It's playable. I mean, I am a fan of cards that are in some way modal, and assists that provide something after they're an assist is kind of cool, but
That's fine, I
this
guess.
this could definitely be better.
Yeah,
Being modal is usually best when your modes are all relatively good, and the
Yeah.
assist 500 in front it's okay, I guess.
it's a pretty
I don't
mediocre
hate-
mode.
I don't
Hey
hate
man.
it.
Yeah, I know it doesn't say draw a card and counter target spell, but like still
No,
good.
Cryptic Command isn't even my favorite of the original commands.
Is it Primal Command?
I do like Primal Command a lot.
Is it Primal Command though?
Profane Command.
Profane Command?
Oh, profane's rude.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely prefer Primal Command.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Regardless, I'm gonna give this a playable rating, but it's definitely not on the level of a lot of other cards I'm gonna call playable today.
Yeah.
Sure.
So moving forward,
Moving forward, we have literal
Oh.
Ricky.
we have Grill.
No,
Yeah,
this
we
is
have
traits.
This is Ringo, student of Suzerain Middle School. So it is a literal Ricky. It is come into play, one cost, clock top deck. When this is placed from hand to stage, you may pay cost, yada yada, set your deck for a level 1 or lower, add it to hand.
I mean, by
So-
default, I give these cards like a good rating just because they are good. This is there's so many of them now.
I mean, that doesn't make it not good.
No, it's just like
Like, there's more runners than Rickies, and you gave the runner good.
I know,
Yeah.
but like there's still so many of them.
Ricky used which I completely forgot to cover, but I'll cover when we get to a meta card. But so many sets have Rickies now that it's no longer meta. This is just a good card.
I'm assuming everyone's giving this a good rating.
There you go.
I mean, it's a Ricky. It's a one cost plus one. Very early, sets you up at level 1, sets up any one of your, like, how many level 1 combos do you have? Like 18 or something?
Something like that.
You've got
Yeah.
many level 1 combos, and they're all fine.
So, yeah, I think we've talked about Ricky a lot. So
Yeah.
we'll go ahead and move on.
Yeah, it's a fine card. So the next card is Ecolo, being frank, for better or worse.
Every time I hear his
Flavor.
name, I think E. coli.
I wanted to
Yeah,
make that
that's-
joke.
It's basically what he is, though. He's
I
just
get,
a
yeah, I guess.
scummy virus thing with a cool voice. So it's a 002K. Doesn't have the Ricky text, so nor does it have the Akatsuki text.
So we're off to a good start.
If a blue climax is in your climax zone, this gains 1 soul.
We're off to a really bad start.
This
that's
is actually it's a fine ability.
I like
Because
it.
the
joking.
climax it combos with. So when
It's a 2K one, I
this is
believe.
fun,
Okay, one, yes.
Yes.
yeah, when this is fun, is placed in your climax zone. If this is in the front row, you may pay 1. If you do, choose 2 of your opponent's level 2 or lower characters and stand them, then swap them.
Field swapping is actually really obnoxious, always.
Forcing your opponent to field swap is pretty
Yeah,
interesting.
field swapping is nice, but it's like level 2 or lower.
I feel like
I
this
mean-
is what it does is it pops a brainstorm
Yeah.
at minimal cost. Like you pay 1, but that's to be expected to get a quote unquote +1.
But I mean,
And
is that how you want to spend your climax slots?
No, it is not. But my point stands that this is a card that you can that can really screw with people they don't see it coming. but at the same time, I think there are just better climax combos to play because those climaxes advance your own game instead of maybe stifling your opponent's game. Maybe 2K1 Soul also just kind of I
Sucks.
don't know. It used to be really good, but now that everyone's playing global soul climaxes, it's really hard to justify that.
It used to be really good until they started printing on reverse search effects on 1K
Yeah.
ones and stock souls.
And at this point, all it does is provide a quote unquote free card play.
It's a cycle. It's a free
It's
cycle.
it's cycles and it's a 2 soul trigger, and I'm not super enthused about either of those.
Well, two soul triggers are exciting, but
Yeah. Yeah.
stock souls are definitely like way more fun for that.
This card is okay because when you 2K1 soul something else, this also gets 1 soul, so it is a pseudo rush, but you're not getting advantage with your rush. And if you're not getting advantage with your rush, you're going to get overrun, and you'll be relying on your brainstorm and
In general, I
is-
also feel like the card is less good with multiples to an extent. I don't know if I'd ever want to like pay two at the same time to kill two things in the back row.
just watch those scummers who play 2 brainstorms down with index, then you kill both of their brainstorms.
Oh man. And then they index and Hyoko one back anyways.
Or
Yeah,
you
but
just
then they're-
force them to use index and Hyoko on a brainstorm.
I mean, I definitely got
As-
wing slayered once, and I use index and Hyoko for that explicit purpose.
Oh wow, same here, dude. Bet didn't happen to you in WGP, Rip.
Well, no, it didn't happen at WGP.
My favorite value play is popping on their brainstorms with Kaiki to make them use their index and Hyoko to get an extra soul.
Woo!
Regardless,
I
this
mean,
card
you're
I
gonna get
gave
like
him-
the extra soul anyways if you just front it anywhere, and like I use Dragon Strike.
but I can't guarantee that.
That I use Dragon Strike.
Yes. I gave this card a niche rating because it's niche.
I put it at niche as well.
I mean, what can I say? Like, you don't play this in any deck but maybe a Puyo 7 theme deck. And even then, this is the bad guy.
I just
You
don't
really wanna
have
play that
feelings
guy?
for this card. It's so whatever.
For better or for worse.
Moving on.
It's one of those junk rares. Kikimora 1045.
It's a maid.
comes into play. You can
No,
yeah,
it's a
it is.
housework.
It's housework.
character.
Oh man,
Ooh,
it
TLR
shares
boys.
it shares a trait with Beacon.
Standard TLR boys.
Oh man.
Discard a card when this card comes to play. If you do, both players shuffle their waiting rooms into their library. It's a double refresh.
Yeah. Refresh.
Cool. I
So
guess.
worth noting is it refreshes your opponent too, which is
It could be good or
not
bad.
not necessarily a good thing.
I mean, there's
It-
obvious
it's
times when it's better. Like,
Yeah, like your opponent could have like a climaxing clock and or like one in stock, and you just refresh them with 6. That's
Well, the
kinda
awkward
cool.
part that this is a symmetrical effect, and while symmetrical effects are usually balked, when you can't really control this one very much. Either you
Yeah.
have good luck or bad luck, and you will refresh depending on that.
hmm
Hmm.
So I,
I
think
mean,
this
like-
card is fine, but I don't know if you even play blue.
I think this card's really cool for the standard Tool of Rude deck, like I was saying.
I mean,
For
if you
those
somehow
times
manage
when
to
you're
put
out 4 wins.
Why'd you play blue?
yeah, if you
wouldn't
somehow
play
manage to
blue
put
in
blue into
Love
your
Blue.
standard TLR deck.
Because I just threw real money counters in there to fix for blue for this.
Oh
That-
no.
That seems like a poor use of money counters.
Don't worry, don't worry. We're gonna get a Ricky in 2LR and housework trait, and it's gonna be borked.
Compass seems better in Tulabru.
Probably. It's also on color.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that.
It's also on color.
I gave this card a playable rating because I'm not sure where blue and
I put it at playable too. I think it's easier to splash in than you might think because like you got runners and Rickies that are also in blue, so it's easy to fix for.
sure, but you maybe want to play 2 colors at level 1, and that's really difficult already.
I mean,
guess if
would
you're
you
playing
want
the
to
next-
refresh at 1?
You could.
I mean,
If you're
this
playing
is
the next, if you're playing the next card, it's a strong possibility you want to refresh at 1.
Yeah.
I'm giving the card a niche rating.
I think the next card is a big draw to blue as well, though.
Mm.
So if you decide that card is what you're playing, then yeah,
All right. Next.
Margaret. Don't know. I remember you objecting to how it is.
Because he has horrible
Uh,
fashion and he's weird.
It's not horrible fashion. It's that he's very driven. Something like that. It's definitely
So
not horrible fashion.
How did horrible fashion become the what?
I mean, look at
I'm dying.
what are those?
Shut up.
Regardless, when this attacks, if I won Climax Zone, that's the stock soul,
Mm.
and there are 4 more cards in your hand. You could have 4 cards from the top of your deck. So put 1 Puyo character, add it to your hand, put the rest in your waiting room.
Yeah.
I put absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, this is not a
I
fair
mean, like,
card.
it's good because
I'm putting it
Comparing-
as good.
to compare it to 2 recent climax combos, Minami and Maki have to reverse stuff for this ability. And like, sure they assign power or whatever, but this guy he just gets stuff for free. And
The only,
like free climax combos that are somewhat selective to completely selective are pretty rare. Other ones that come to mind are like the Little Busters one.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
and
like the only one that comes to mind.
yeah.
Well, there's the Ilya from Fate UBW2.
That
Well,
one's
no, that's not
selective. Just
selective.
draw
Oh
the
no,
just
you're
card.
saying
draw.
selective. Never mind. That's a straw.
Yeah, so this card is just bonkers because you mill down and you get close to without even trying.
Mhm.
The requirement is fake is with Ricky and with Dolphins, i.e. mostly. And it's very easy to engineer a scenario. 4 more cards, is in front row, and you just mill down your deck and one cards you probably want.
Did you like leave your stream on or something?
Me,
Yeah, you're breaking up like really bad right now.
there's definitely no stream on.
Perhaps we're getting solar flares
From the moon.
close to the moon.
I think this card is really good. I think the 4 more cards in hand can be awkward, but it probably won't be.
It's like it's
It
not
shouldn't
even
be.
a condition because it's like you've got Ricky's and
Yeah,
stuff.
it
You're
would-
never gonna have less than 4 cards. in your hand.
With Ricky's, it should be really easy.
Ricky's and a runner. Come on.
It's just
Yeah.
going into level 1. I guess that means you do need to have at least 6 cards in hand. Woo!
That's not difficult.
So
No.
very hard. Because then you just get to draw clock to 8, and then you have 4 cards in your hand when you dump your hand of this and the stock soul.
Yep.
So good card.
Okay, I killed everything that might have a connection to the internet,
Jeez, you sound like
Except-
better already.
except Skype.
All right, moving forward.
Risakuma Senpai, the start of an experiment.
Ooh.
This is a 2175. If Risakuma Senpai is in your clock,
Level
this
3.
gets -1 level in your hand. So yeah, level 3, if that's been clocked, then this is a 1175. If experiment is a great success, which I believe is the pants.
No, it's
No,
Yeah,
it's the draw, it's the
book.
draw, that's right, it's book. If that is in the climax zone, then when this attacks, you may search your... No, it's when it's placed the climax zone.
Yeah, it's when
and
it's
this
placed.
in front
Yeah.
row. You may search your deck for a Puyo character, add it to your hand, and shuffle your deck.
It's
Yeah.
the Haguro.
It's an early play Haguro.
I don't like this card because we just talked about a 1-0 that does a very similar thing.
So, here's why this card is a little awkward. This can't be searched for with Ricky,
Nope.
and Maguro can. So, rip.
Rip.
I don't know. That's like a big deal.
This card can't be bombed, but at the same time, do you really care if your Maguro gets bombed?
Well, no, but I mean,
I didn't
Being
think so.
over-
Over regardless.
Well, sure, but not being bombed is a more attractive trait of like a one stock character.
I mean, that is like the number one attractive trait of being a one stock character is that it doesn't get bombed. A lot of them don't get bombed by level 1 bombs somehow. Well,
Yeah, I
Like
all
think
the
that's
1
very
1s that are
sensible.
played except for like the 1 1 kill cost 0 card.
Yeah, they're unbombable, and that's because you never want to lose value, and playing cards that lose you value is bad.
Yeah.
Yep,
This card got a playable rating from me
it's
because
getting a
it
niche
is.
rating for me.
I put niche because it needs the level 3.
Exactly.
That's fair.
Oh, I put playable, I guess.
It's getting niche because of the reliance on the level 3, and it's also like largely outclassed by the 1 0. I do
I think
prefer
the Magro is just
That's fair.
balked.
I do prefer my costless pluses to my costed pluses.
At the same time,
Sure.
this isn't gonna die. Magro
Hey,
is.
you can wall though.
Oh man, 2 1 7 5 walls when they're starting to print anti-level bombs at level 1 soon. Oh no.
I
You
mean,
you
like,
can you
whatever,
do have a
man.
one you have a 102K counter, so you can kind of wall fairly well.
I don't know. Like I usually expect my walls to be a little bit bigger than
I mean,
I assume
Yeah, that's
8K
fair.
with support.
Yeah,
But
that's
sure,
fair
but like,
enough, I guess. I
wall or
mean,
not,
not everyone's playing Samus voice, so you don't even need to be that big.
but like, also something this guy compared to Maguro, he's gonna be 8-5 with the climax, and Maguro's gonna be 5K with the climax. So,
I think that's
I don't
relevant
know.
because being able to kill your opponent's front row, your opponent's non-level 0 front row, can mean something because that's
Hmm.
denying them further advantage. Because that's like half
well,
the
one
reason
of the
Girlfriend
big
Babes is
things I see
difficult.
from the Maguros, like when you're going like beats against beats, is like any deck with a Mekon clone just doesn't even care really. You're basically just gonna have to ram so they can't reverse something on their own turn. So you're just giving them extra soul to swing with.
Sure,
Because
but you're
all
also denying advantage.
yeah, you're dealing like the 6 damage for the climax, but they're gonna just be able to deal it right back. If of course they hit level 1 first. Otherwise, like you might just end up leaving a full field to get reversed by Mekons like right afterwards.
Right, but
Sure, I
that's
guess.
matchup specific.
But
Well, that's
that's
like
a
it's
plus.
matchup specific, but like almost every single one of the sets released in the last like 6 months has had that card.
Sure, but not all of them can get over. Like, it sounds to me like you're arguing for this card rather than for
No, no, no,
Maguro.
no. The other one's still better. I want my costless pluses.
Sure, sure,
Yes.
whatever. I think this card is better than you're giving it credit for, but at the same time, there's a card that's so much better than this one that it's just not going to see play
And then
much.
there's also more costless advantage in other colors, or at least in whatever color.
That is true.
No, there's at least two.
Okay, I'm just not thinking of one then.
Moving forward.
Oh, okay, no, no. Okay, I got
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next card is Ringo, full of curiosity. Why are all their flavor texts the same name as the oh. When this is
What?
placed from hand to stage, draw two, drop one. When another Puyo character attacks, this gains 1k for the turn. So it's a 3295, I forgot to mention, but it should be on the screen. And 4 costs, send this to memory. If damage dealt by this while attacking is cancelled, if you have it's perfect in the climax zone, this one has to be the pants, right?
Yeah,
the
it's the
pants.
pants.
Yeah. If you have that in the climax zone, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose a character in your waiting room and put it into the slot this was in.
So, how does this make you feel as a Phantom player, Teru?
I sold my Phantom deck, so I have no emotion. No, like, okay, so to compare this to the dry, uh, this this combos with the pants, and it has draw two, ditch one. So it's more,
Consistency up.
yeah, like you can get the combo a lot more easily, and I mean, I always had buttloads of stock in Phantom, so if I got the combo, I could do really silly things. I don't know if the stock can get the same in. Okay, I got both. Okay, shut up. That's like one build.
But that one
Green,
bill is
blue,
probably
green,
topping up
blue,
with this.
green, blue totally seems viable.
Yeah, sure. But the point is, like, I think it's cool. I really like this effect. It's. I just like that the Phantom one is also on a +2 soul.
I absolutely adore that part, actually.
And then I think it's funny that she gains power when your other Puyo character attacks, and then she has a climax combo that removes her from the field before battle occurs.
I mean, it's like, what if you don't cancel, right?
The non-bows.
What if you don't cancel? Well,
You gotta
hopefully
have
they
that
died.
backup strat.
Well,
Yep,
you
so
probably
a lot
hit
of-
them for
a lot of
3 or
people-
4.
A lot of people
It's
didn't
pretty
pick
good.
up on that, but damage happens before battle. So if this card's damage is cancelled and you choose to pay the cost, you do not get to take advantage of your probably 12-5.
Peace out.
But it's fine, because you just grab another, and then you attack again,
But
and
you
they
see-
cancel again, and then you grab another.
I mean, the
Just like when I
objective,
fight Phantom.
the objective of Weiss is to kill your opponent, not kill your battle opponent. So the fact that you can customize what sort of damage you do to some extent, like you can't really do one damage reliably unless you're siding against something, but you can do 2 and 3 damage very reliably with this effect.
You might be able to... Wait, no, the clock kicker has to be played from hand to stage, so you can't do the Phantom
Yeah,
thing where you
can't use
finish
the
off with a
cards.
clock kicker.
Yeah, like
Oh, yeah,
you're.
that is nasty.
Yeah, this doesn't trigger any CIP effects because it's from waiting room. So,
So
not the-
that's one thing that Phantom has on this.
Sure, but at the same time, you could just play another one of these and use your 25 stock to just keep training.
But no, you already
that-
do
that's
that in
fair.
Phantom. I'm talking about like when you're out of these because they canceled you 4 times in a row. You just have to play your clock kicker now.
Surely
Keep in
the
mind
5th
that they've
attack will hit.
cancelled. Surely.
Especially if this is your last attacker.
Surely. Unless like refresh
Keep in mind
the
you're
middle
using
of
like
this.
so much stock for this, and that
Well, like every time you
Well,
use
this is
this, you
probably
need to
your
have
kill turn, let's be real.
yeah. Every time you use this effect, you need to have 3 stock, right? Because like you get the 1 from the
Yeah.
attack, and then you paid 4 to cycle it.
yeah.
So, I mean, better have 3 extra stock per how many times you want to loot this. So like at least 14 going into the turn to get all 4.
I'm trying
Well,
to
I
figure
mean-
out if there's a way to give this character specifically a clash trigger. No, right?
No,
I
Not without a
don't.
climax combo.
not without a climax combo. Run shot triggers in your deck.
I mean,
That doesn't
yeah,
give the
that's probably the
character
only
a
way.
shot. That doesn't give the character the shot effect.
No, it gives you the shot effect, which is like
Yeah, which is why it doesn't cancel off anti-damage.
which is why it's
I
like kind of relevant actually.
Yeah, no,
Anyways,
this
I
card,
give the card playable, like despite everything, because as much as I think the card is funny, it requires so many deck building constraints and such for it to
I
like
f-
reliably go off.
I think the card synergizes better with the green level 1 combo
Yes.
than the blue one,
Yes,
Mhm.
which is unfortunate.
because the blue one is
But-
great.
Yeah, I gave it a playable rating because it is still a finisher that digs.
I mean, yeah, it's playable.
Playable.
Dang. Next time I'm just gonna put team rating afterwards. All right. Next up.
Maguro, Ringo's childhood friend.
Oh boy.
This is a 00500. If you have 2 or more markers under this, it gains every character in front of this gains 1k power. When this is placed from hand to stage, put the top 3 cards of your deck in the waiting room. So, from just these 2 lines, where do you rate this card?
Well, I mean,
Garbage.
it hasn't told me how to get markers yet.
That is the crux, isn't it? You absolutely need a good way to get markers. So
Are you beating around the bush when the text is on the screen?
Yes. Yes, he is.
I may or may not be.
He's not used to this whole I put text on screen thing now.
Yeah. So this card, I completely forgot this text on the screen. So you tap this card. Well, there might be people listening to this in podcast form. You never know.
Well,
Okay,
those
sure,
people
whatever, but like,
appreciate your leading them on.
If you have one or fewer markers under this, you may choose a, wait for it, blue Puyo in your waiting room and put it face down
Ooh.
under this as a marker.
Alright, so I'm pretty sure this effect exists in like other sets, and it's garbage in those sets, and they grab like any music character or something.
No, I don't think that exists in other sets.
I don't think the payoff in those sets is like free 1K to front. I think
I
that's
s-
incredibly decent.
I still don't like this card. I mean, at least, and this is like the best part of the card, honestly. The Mill 3 is like fantastic.
Yeah, that's like the only good thing about this
This is
card.
like
Well,
that is
it's
the,
also fantastic because of the nature of like
that's like the most
stupid little Puyo decks.
But like, let me be completely real, right? Like, I don't want to spend 2 turns with a card in my back row that needs to rest while doing completely nothing.
I mean, it's compressing.
It compresses
He's right,
up
it
to
does
2.
compress. This card is niche as hell.
Well, I
Very
mean, okay,
nice.
so for anyone who doesn't know Puyo, each color, including purple, has a level 0 Puyo of that respective color, and each color has like a weird little theme deck with cards that synergize around it, and the Puyos in question can be run like at more than 4.
Unlimited
So this
number.
is
Unlimited
yeah.
copies.
Well, I mean, surely you can't put more than 50 in a deck.
Well,
Well,
deck building constraints.
The point is, so I think pretty much every one of those cards is going to end up niche, or in some cases bad.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
probably,
that's the whole nature of these kind of like weird, sorta army deck, sorta
They're
build
not
around
really army
me.
decks
Not
because
even
like
army.
yeah.
Well, yeah, but I
They
mean,
are an army deck, yeah.
but you're gonna put like 20 of the same card in your deck,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be like, oh, sure is Melodia in here,
It's not
I mean,
which
If
again
Blue
isn't
Puyo-
army, but it's like whatever.
if Blue Puyo had a better payoff, spoiler, it
doesn't.
doesn't really.
I mean, there's
Then this might be okay, but it doesn't.
I mean, I don't think any of the
No.
Puyo themed decks have
Not
good
No.
payoff.
really.
No.
But I
I
mean,
like the
they're
one that gives everything
neat.
plus soul.
That's like the best one. Junio got banned.
Junio did get banned, but Junio didn't have to fuck around with like something called yellow Contai to get its plus soul effect.
Yeah.
Something called yellow Kansai to get.
Well, like a card.
Yeah,
named
yeah, I get it.
Contai.
Yellow ship go.
You need to have X bauxite underneath this. I think that's it, right?
Sure, but let's go with Bauxite.
I don't understand
Okay.
how the game
I
works.
think this card
Anyway,
is
niche as
because
hell.
it's not outright terrible because it does compress to an extent, it does mill you for some, and it does help accommodate the giant Ringo deck, which is which you can kind of play. Seems
Honestly,
really bad to me, but whatever.
The biggest tragedy for me about this card is that it says if you have one or fewer markers underneath this, so you can't just like keep resting it.
There's
That
no
would
card
actually
in
be
Weiss
really
that can do
cool.
that.
Just keep
There's no-
putting markers underneath it.
There's no card in Weiss that can just keep doing that for the cost of tap.
No, just like every beginning of climax step.
What?
What? I'm referring to Gigant Shooter again.
Gaunt shooter.
Sure, but that's blind.
Well,
Sure,
you'll
yeah.
get.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
what do you?
lose 3 climaxes and then you cry.
Well,
That's
you
that's
lose
what
3
happens.
climaxes, but you put 20 other cards down there, so you have like a 10-card deck.
Nah, you'd be dead long before then.
Oh no, there's like, and here come the anecdotes, legendary stories where 10 cards in deck and 7 climaxes and like 20 markers, and I'm like, what? Are you
I've
cheating?
had
28
28
5.
clean stock.
Are you cheating? Well, it was
Okay.
just all blind markers, so it's like my mind was blown. But moving forward,
Whatever. It's like, oh, selective marker cards are restricted
Yeah.
compared to blind marker cards.
oh
Shock.
man,
You a shock.
this is like where I
Coffee,
just get upset.
10105k. It is a Puyo Angel 105k. When another Puyo character attacks, this gains 1k for the turn.
I'm gonna start like adding a meh rating to our scale. It's a pretty boring beater.
Just because it's boring doesn't mean it's not playable.
What?
I mean,
Meh
it's
is
play-
meh is gonna be a subset of playable for me.
Meh.
It's playable.
Where it's just like straight up boring, but like it's definitely a playable card.
I'm not
Well, it's like-
acknowledging that.
Guess.
It's like
It
an
is
Ellie
playable.
clone. What can you say about an Ellie clone for like more than 30 seconds?
Exactly.
This isn't as good as an
Like-
Ellie clone.
No,
though.
it's not.
I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying this is like really unexciting.
We're moving on.
And like, sure, it's good. Whatever.
There's like
It's
nothing
just-
to talk. It's not even good. It's just like
kind of beats.
eh,
On
I mean,
the
like
other hand,
I've played the card in Railgun that's like this.
eh.
Card's
if
sweet.
this was like a year ago, this card would be like gains 2k on your opponent's turn. But now we just, what is a color pie anyway?
Well, it was brutally murdered by Ilya, and then continued to get eviscerated by Index.
Yeah, what is up with that swimsuit index gaining 5k on your turn?
They're all
That's just
yellow
silly.
cards, man. They're all yellow cards.
Anyways,
Right. So E.
E.
coli.
coli.
Yellow.
E. coli.
Time
E. coli.
E. coli is back on screen.
It's back to the super fake requirements that I'm just kind of tired of.
If all of your characters are Puyo.
No,
Well,
it's if
Sorry,
or
if
more.
two or more
Two or
other
more.
characters are Puyo.
Which is less free, but I mean still extremely
Still
free.
free.
What it basically
Yeah.
says if you control 2 or more characters.
Well, yeah,
Three
but
or
if
more.
if all your characters are Puyo, you could have no characters. Oh, whatever.
Whatever. This is a
Yummy.
117. This is a 1175 plus level.
Honestly,
I don't think this is as good as the Risakumo.
Honestly, yeah,
Well-
that was what I was getting at. Like, if you're running blue and you're like this committed to running blue, you should just run the Risakuma and the 2-1 really played.
On
That
the other hand, this
Well,
is better than
what
the
if you wanna
Risakuma
run
if
the
you're playing the
Maguro?
Maguro.
what you're not
Yeah,
running.
this is-
Well, I don't know.
If you're playing
If you
Maguro,
want-
this is just better because you can just play it.
If
I
you
guess
want a
it's
big
also
guy
like
that they
a
can't
rickyable
kill,
search target.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess. But you don't want to
He's-
spend one stock on Ricky, then one stock on Ecolo. That's
Exactly.
not what you're doing if you're playing a Maguro deck.
What? No, that's how you get sick. If you spent a stock on E. coli.
I mean, like,
Ah,
it's pretty serviceable. I mean,
You know there's
if the guy-
E. coli in your body right now.
I know. It's like in the lower intestine. That's why you just don't want to add more of it.
I'd like it more if it was like the Attack on Titan one.
Oh,
where
the
it
one that
could-
got clock
on
encore for free?
Even if it was just hand on core, it would be like whatever. But level 2 is still neat, I guess.
Level 2 is like pretty convenient because at least it means you don't get hit by like all those nasty level 1 bombs.
I mean, it's also harder to
can't
side.
get sided.
Oh yeah. Super relevant. Actually though.
Whatever, it's playable.
Yeah. Let me update these ratings and then we can get to our next. I think it's Blue Puyo again.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a blue Puyo. This is the quote-unquote payoff.
I
One
think
one
this
you know
card
what?
is sweet.
I'm not filling up everyone's ratings. It got up to
It's the
Teru and
1-1.
I surrendered.
It's a 1165. It's niche for the record. For each marker under this gains 1k 1 level, which means once you kill something with it, it's a 7/5 level 2. That seems familiar. When the battle opponent of this is reversed, you may choose a blue Puyo in your waiting room, put it face down under this as a marker. So it grows bigger and bigger, kind of like a marker Asuna, but selective, or like a certain phantom card.
But it gains levels.
It does gain levels,
But
but
also
it
has
doesn't
a marker
grow.
cap.
Doesn't grow infinitely. When a card is placed under this as a marker, if you have 4 or more markers under this, it goes to stock, so it gets back the one stock you spent on it, I guess. Then you choose a Puyo character in your hand and put it rested on any slot in any slot on the stage.
So if you live the dream, you could definitely have like, what is it, the Risa Kuma on stage from your hand at level 1, so you can just start heal looping at level 1.
I'd be very surprised if you got this at level 1 with how the meta is right now.
What you just have
That'd
to
be
cancel like
funny.
a god.
It's just, yeah, but you sure, but that's not going to happen because it's not going to happen.
Alright.
The lack of confidence.
I-
Oh, man,
well,
you
I
can
mean,
put it in
everyone's
any
playing global soul climaxes. Like,
But all the
if
more
you, if you
opportunities
stay
for you to
at
cancel.
level 1, you're a god.
All the more opportunities for you to cancel.
Well, yeah, but you have to go enough turns of reversing stuff and getting 4 markers.
2 turns. That's all you need.
This is assuming your opponent rams into you, which they might just beat over you. Like, you know that if you hit them to level 2, then they're gonna have advanced summons, which just kill this card, right?
Well, yeah. Rip.
Like
Advanced
this
summons are
card
like really good now.
might it might do stuff, but at that point you're building your entire deck around this 1/1, the whole bunch of blue Puyos, assuming like you have enough to get them in the waiting room, to do what? To play a I don't even know what you're gonna play out. That's so special
The
that you want to
healer.
play it
It's
that
basically
earlier.
just the healer.
You mean the card that you could play out for free by free freshing your opponent anyway?
Stuff like that.
I
Well,
mean, like,
not for
I think
free.
Play
it's
something else, like.
I mean, at least this doesn't cost 2 stock, which is neat, I guess. But is that worth warping your entire deck around having enough blue Puyos and the possibility of not reaching level 2 and playing your heals naturally?
I mean,
no.
if you're playing a blue Puyo deck, then you might as well, right?
I mean, if you're playing a blue Puyo deck, like, you're not really gonna give a crap about how good this card is, right? You just saw it had blue Puyo in the ability text somewhere. You're like, cool, 4 of it goes
Alright,
in the
let's
deck.
run it.
I think this card is honestly fine as a standalone, but when you look at it a bit deeper, none of its abilities really do very much.
It's like,
I think it's an interesting payoff, though. Like,
Mhm.
it's super interesting.
sure.
It's just like painfully slow, and
you know, if she doesn't get anti-changed.
yeah,
Or
it's
wind trigger.
I mean, yeah, wind trigger's the real problem, but because all the other Puyo decks are running wind triggers, and so is Telovru, and probably Index, and probably Guilty Crown, etc., etc.
what index is running wind triggers now? Oh man,
Japan sometimes
I'm
does it
behind.
when they play yellow.
I'm all about that
Regardless.
+2
Japan
soul
plays
life though.
yellow.
This is niche.
To be fair, Japan does not like the +2 soul life, so
Japan is weird.
Japan is
This is
particularly averse to playing those cards. Yeah, I
Japan is just weird.
already put
This
Dish
is
because
yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
I know.
moving on.
Okay, so the next card. This is part of a very silly little combo.
It's so
Min
stupid.
Min Minotauros is a
I'm gonna
7/5
put
that
Nish
gains
back up and then
1k for
Yeah.
every other level 0, but it has a quote-unquote advanced summon. I'm very hesitant to say advanced summon because
It's-
it's very rarely going to hit
it's
ever.
just like the one from Fate Stay.
Yeah, I think it's actually a yellow card, is it? Or
It's a yellow.
It's a
yeah.
yellow card.
yeah. So basically, it's a yellow card that comes to play, mills some cards. Oh no, wait. You have to come to play, pay cost, and then mill, yeah?
Yes.
It costs us
So
to
you-
block yourself, if I
Yeah,
remember
so you
correctly.
come to play, clock yourself to have a chance at
If-
mill 3 cards and have a chance at summoning this from those 3 cards.
If you milled at least one of this, you put one onto the battlefield.
Yeah, so you can only get 1 total.
Yeah, it's basically just like that Sakura from Fate Stay.
It's
Yeah.
that Sakura. No, that Sakura's a 1/0.
It's also
And it costs
repeatable
Yeah,
because it's a
which is
brainstorm
very
effect.
different. I
Which
think that
is-
Sakura is probably better overall. This card is way too risky for me to bother building around, and the card itself is just very average.
Mhm.
It's I mean, it's sometimes 9k or bigger, I guess.
It's great if
Oh,
you get it out at 0 or 1.
If you're a
Sure.
god.
Lots of things are great if you get them out of 0
But
or
you know, they
1.
started printing like those really new anti-level thing where it's instead of like paying stock, you just ditch 2 cards from your hand. I mean, sometimes it's worth minusing 3 to like just blow this the fuck up.
Sure.
I disagree. I'd rather just ram this for a few turns and not care.
But like, so this is why Ogawa is banned in standard, right?
So this card is a trap, and I wouldn't play this.
Did you not hear my question?
I'm not going to dignify that question with a response.
Fine, whatever.
I mean, have you ever been Akinari'd?
No.
Yeah, that's why I'm not dignifying your answer with your question with an answer.
Moving onward.
Ecolo or
E.
Ecoli.
coli.
Or whatever. This card is silly. It's a 2/8k,
It's a
which
blue
is not a
cardio
good
card.
start. So for every marker on this, it gains 1/5 power, which is a interesting. And when the battle opponent, da-di-da. If you have 4 or more markers under this, put all markers under this in the waiting room and put that battle opponent in clock.
Blue
Again,
clock kick.
Color pie, go away. So the question is, how does this get markers?
Wait.
And
Oh shit! I just realized why it's 4. Oh, that's genius.
Why is
Anyway,
it?
sorry.
Oh,
so,
never mind.
so
I get it
for
too.
for everyone to know, 4 is the number of Puyos you need to put together in the game to pop them to get a
Yes.
pop.
Anyways, color pie with
So-
clock kicking in blue was broken with Kirito from Gigant Shooter.
Oh yeah, he
Not
does
so
do that.
much.
Can we ban Gigant Shooter from these casts? That's all you ever talk about.
What? It's because you keep saying things, and it's just like a media Gigant Shooter reference because it has these random cards.
Because you're so in love with Gigant Shooter.
Dude, I
He
will
hasn't even
eventually.
watched the show.
Yeah, I
He's a
will.
fraud.
I will eventually watch the show, so Thomas will stop calling me a fraud.
So the way this card gets markers, and the reason that I've given this a bad rating, is to put blue Puyos from the stage, i.e., you played it from your hand onto the stage, and then to sack them and put them under this as a marker.
So it's like a sweet neg 4 clock kick.
Yeah, it's either a neg 4 clock kick or it's a neg 3, 12/5 1 soul.
Oh
Ooh.
no, it's
But
totally
It gets
It-
plus soul.
it's totally
No,
bail.
for 1 turn. It
One
also is the
turn's all you
customizable.
need.
1 turn, yeah, okay, sure, it's all you. But if 1 turn's all you need, why wouldn't you just put them all under it and then clock kick? So let's go.
This is horrible.
Yeah, this card is god
Let's-
awful.
Let's go over what this card does. So if you put 1 Puyo under it every turn, you're going neg 1 every turn for a card you might not have in hand and probably don't want to waste searches on to get a 2/1, 2 soul, slightly big beater. And then once you have 4, you get to clock kick. But at that point, you've gone neg 4. You've gone neg 4. Think about that for a moment.
It's
Well, I
like your
mean-
clock kick said ditch 4 clock kick.
It's
Wait, it's ditch 4 clock kick as a come and play effect functionally.
That gets 5 soul for 1 beat.
No, it gets plus 6,000 power, plus 4 soul, clock kick for the turn,
That
startup.
sounds pretty sweet.
it sounds
Can I
like a
point-
mess.
Guys, can I point out this is repeatable?
Yeah, dude.
That's a repeatable clock kick, sure.
If you want to go neg 8, you get to clock it twice.
Oh,
I mean-
yo, the effect is mandatory too. That's a great.
Yep.
If you do have 4 more markers underneath this, you have to clock kick it if you can.
Oh, by the way, you can put more Puyos under this if you feel like you need to swing for 6 or more.
That's hilarious. This card is awful.
Yeah,
The
it's
mystery
pretty
is how
bad.
this card got printed.
So I said Minotaurus was a trap, but this is the trap.
There's
This is
no
the
way
card-
someone is so bad that they look at this and they're like, "This is my win condition. This is viable. This can't be a trap."
You'd probably be wrong.
I don't want to think that.
Moving onward to the blue Puyo itself.
This card gains 2k for every other blue Puyo in the front row.
I'm pretty sure every Puyo has these exact 2 effects.
No, purple doesn't.
Sorry,
yeah,
purple is the saddest one. It can't play well with others.
Yeah. This is
That's why it's the only purple card.
this is
it's
very
lonely.
average. It's a 0/0 that
It's
you play
just
down.
like the Attack on Titan one, the Attack on Titan Army Titan at level 0.
Again,
Actually,
it's like it's one of those cards which you only play for the theme because you have to play bad cards to make other bad cards good. Then you're probably doing something wrong. Alchemist.
Sounds really. Whoa. I think the
Savage.
Alchemist healer is good.
Who said anything about alchemists?
Rating is niche. I'm not even
I'm
gonna put it
watching
down. Moving forward,
Siri, it's a 0/0 2k. She wants friends. This activates up to twice a turn. When your other Puyo character is placed to stage, from hand to stage, it gains 1k. And you can drop a climax card to give this 1k power and the ability to draw a card when you reverse your battle opponent.
this card is insane.
I am
It's
in
insane
love
as a
with that
1/0.
ability.
So this is the first Saya clone that doesn't have Saya in the name.
What?
It's
Does
yeah.
the other one have Saya in the name too? Oh, it has
Saya.
Sayaka.
What?
Sayaka.
Sayaka.
That's right.
Saya.
Yes. This card is insane, though. Like, this is... This is a very silly card.
Really interesting.
Well, at level zero, on a
I
level
don't know how
zero, it's a little
close
less
that level
interesting.
0.
It's okay. So parts of it are questionable, right? Because if you're using this like at level 0 on like your first couple of turns, then your opponent has a pretty good idea of how colossally fucked you are. And the problem is like if you want to use it later, your opponent needed to have left a weak slot open for you to actually be able to use this as like a reliable climax out while still not just necking yourself a fuck ton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I am about it, but I'm still like really in love with the Saya effect. So
Like,
I
the
gave
effect
this
is
card
cool.
playable probably.
I'm giving this card a playable. I
I
think
put
this
it as
card
playable
is
as well.
on the upper end of playable, but I think there are enough fringe situations where this card just doesn't function that like it can't be good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I put it as playable because the effect is great. If you have a bunch of climax in your hand, you probably have fewer climax in your deck. So every card, so this ability stacks. Every time you ditch a climax, it gets another K, and you draw another card when you kill something.
Oh, don't get blown out by like roaches or fucking index, because like you'll get really sad.
Well, you get sad just by
Um,
power counters as well, because this isn't going to get that big.
No, but like this is just in general for the Saya like text in general.
Sure. You do get blown out by on reverse effects more
Oh, whoops.
more than usual because you're going neg in order to try and get. It's not even a plus. What you're doing is you're trying to
You're hand
compress it.
fixing. You're trying to hand fix, and
Hand
you're trying to
fix.
like dump climaxes while not.
Yeah.
That's why you get sad when this doesn't go off, because then you just like ditched a bunch of climaxes for basically nothing.
So you just be safe when you use this card. I think it's fine. It's a playable card.
Moving forward is vanilla, which means it's bad.
Yeah.
Yep. But it's Maguro, how can it be bad?
This guy doesn't like Margaret very
All right,
much.
it's what even is this? It's skull face and it can't side attack.
Skeleton T.
it's
So it's it,
Skullomania from Street Fighter.
Skullomania from Street Fighter.
it's just straight up better than the Margaret we just covered.
Yeah, it's like it's a playable beater. I'm like not even updating everyone's ratings for these cards because like it suddenly got substantially more boring.
Well,
Well, no,
common gets really weird, I think,
I think
especially
so as well.
in bigger sets.
All right, moving forward
Alright.
is another vanilla. It's E. coli, the vanilla.
Yep.
I'm sure there's. Oh, I was gonna say there was a reason to play this, but
Oh, but
we
his
come to
flavor
the-
text though, I just love interesting things. But he's a
very
vanilla.
ironic. Eh?
Get dunked.
All right, moving on is an actual
Risukuma
card.
Senpai, I
this is
love
probably-
you.
Lychee's favorite card.
Yeah, man. So for
I
those not
love
familiar
you.
with it, Risukuma Senpai, like in Puyo, once you do enough Puyo chains, so kind of like, I don't know how to
Combos.
describe it. It's like a combo. So when Puyo's disappeared, the other Puyos above it fall. So if you play like Pokemon Puzzle League or whatever, it's like that.
Yeah, combos.
Once you get enough combos, the characters will start doing their spells. So Owl has like Flame, Ice Storm, and then like Brain Tumble into Bioen, whereas Risukuma Senpai has like 5 different variations on the phrase "I love you," and it always ends up with the Japanese one, because Japan.
Japan.
Yeah, so it's a 106k. It can't front attack if the character opposite is higher than this character's level. I don't think there's a cute way to raise this card's level like there is in Charlotte. So that's worse here
Dang,
than.
I shouldn't even like have removed the bad rating.
I don't know if this is bad though. It's just, I guess it's not
card
good.
It's a pretty
Interesting.
dead draw in a lot of circumstances.
I think that's true
Sure.
actually.
The
Yeah.
fact is, like, a good, I guess, third of the game technically, because like you're expected to be kind of dead after 1 or 2 turns at level 3, but like this card is like almost a dead draw in those circumstances.
I don't like the fact that they sacrificed 500 power for the encore. So
Exactly.
I don't think that's very relevant here.
You definitely don't want to like keep this card when it can just so quickly become useless.
Yeah, but it is the coolest card in the set.
I just want to point out in my notes, I wrote, I love you. 我爱你. Just time. I
mean-
still.
If I had anything to really say about this card, I think it's interesting to see a 106k with Encore that doesn't have like the weirdest like punch you in the dick sort of ability. It's like sometimes it can't front attack, but there are just 106Ks in some sets that if you top check and if you reveal the wrong card, it dies. You can't do
Uh,
anything about that.
I'm pretty sure.
I do want to point out that this card is effectively dead if your opponent's field is like 3
This card is
so-
effectively dead if you're playing against like OGI Mass and they have 2 off-time Makotos on the field.
Oh god.
Yeah, imagine that. I don't think this card is. I can't give this card. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's good, and I don't think it's playable.
It's
But at
meh.
the same time, is it
Yeah.
neat?
No. You see, Meh is reserved for like the boring cards. This is like, it's not
boring.
boring. It's just garbage.
Fuck you guys. I'm gonna play this card.
I mean, I could totally see this card just straight up being bad, and I'm probably just gonna give it that rating.
I'm giving it the bad rating.
Yeah.
Well,
Why?
I'll give you the
Fine for me.
waifu rating because I'm literally going to play this
Okay.
in my
waifu-
Risukumo
waifu rating
waifu
for
deck.
Teru.
Because I'm surprised as shit that they got 4 cards.
Is
That is
four
a-
cards?
that's
4 cards is not enough to pick a waifu deck.
Well, sure, but like, look at the
He's gonna
mass.
fill the rest of. He's gonna fill the rest of the space up with blue Puyo.
Okay, sure, you made it. Does
Nah.
that count?
Okay,
Yeah, it's like
it's
you're
not
playing
gonna be-
Kuma in Puyo Puyo.
Wait, is there a blue Puyo in the background of each of the Risakumos?
No.
No.
Because I'm seeing like I see a blue Puyo in the background of this one. I think.
I don't
Like-
think there's one in any other one.
Oh, dang.
So like, sure, it won't be a conventional waifu deck, but for something that just has a bunch of random characters.
Dang, you don't even
and-
fulfill like the Ileana waifu deck, and they let you run like a couple of non-waifu cards.
Yeah, I know. It's tragic, but it's gonna be as close as I can get.
All right, we're gonna move on to a vanilla counter.
Oh, great! I
Yay,
can't
tricky
wait.
counter.
Yay! It's Maguro, your favorite.
Think
It's a vanilla counter.
It's oh sweet. After this is a real card though.
No, it's not a real card.
No.
Well, it's a real
really?
card in that it has text. Not a real card is in that it's good. All right, talk about the card. Oh, host.
You put markers on here. The 1/1 Ringo. I don't think anyone wants to talk about this.
Well, I'm making you talk about it.
I can read it.
So this card is cute.
Is cute a good word to use?
It's got a cool act ability.
I mean,
Yeah,
I've,
yeah, it
I've
really
certainly
does.
never held an apple like that.
On the back of your hand?
Nah.
That seems like a really ineffective way to carry an apple around. It seems like it'll just fall off your hand.
I mean, she clearly knows what she's doing. Maybe
And
it's
it's
because her
about
name is
style.
Apple.
Oh,
It's
so
about grace.
she's actually Apple?
Yeah, that's
Yes, her
just-
name is Apple.
Dang.
This
Okay,
Kong
move,
has a funny face.
move on.
Thank you.
No.
Read act effects. Go.
pardon?
Pay 2
what-
rest, draw 2, ditch 1.
Yeah, so this card
Um,
has assist all your level 3 or higher characters gain 2k, which
Such
is
as
relevant
The
because
1/1
the
Ringo.
Ringo, yeah, the Ringo with 2 markers is level 3.
Mm.
So, yeah, there's your, yeah, that.
Alright.
It also has 2 costs to tap to draw 2, ditch 1, which is neat, I guess. I don't know. I like 1 cost to draw 2, ditch 2 way more.
Okay, DeCapo.
The privilege. The Puyo privilege.
Oh my god.
Can we just be done with this card?
Well, I need you to give it a rating.
Oh, it's niche because
Niche.
Blue Puyo.
I am.
It doesn't
so-
even use Blue Puyo.
Yeah,
But
but
it-
it
it
gives
combos
markers
with
to the Ringo a beautiful mind.
Which does use Blue Puyo, but yeah. Let me delete these and we can get onto a vanilla. So I can just put bad.
Swagness? More like swagness. That's all I got.
Well, oh my god, it's like the worst vanilla of them all. It's the 2/2 10k 1 soul vanilla.
Oh, I didn't even notice it was a 10k. I just saw
This is-
2-2.
This
Thought it
is
was
literally the
9K.
worst type of vanilla ever. 2-2, at least the 2-2 9k has 2 soul.
Yeah,
This one's just
exactly.
garbage.
This one
This
is
is
it's literally the worst of the team.
this is the bullshit they gave Klaus from Nisekoi.
Yeah, well, oh man. So what still blows my mind is that this is a set with 120 cards, right? And we definitely went through like 6 vanillas just right here.
It's like you have all this design space and they're not using it at all. I don't
Wow,
understand.
what? Oh, what?
Oh
Oh,
man.
wow. Oh
Okay,
my.
moving onward.
Are you
BTFO.
We made it to the first event.
so this is cancel. This
It's
card looks a lot
offset.
it looks a lot better than it actually is. It is a 2/1 counter. It is blue and it has the anti-damage text on it. But the requirement is that when you use this, you must have more than one climax in your waiting room, so 2 or more, and then you must
Discard a
Mm.
climax.
Discard a climax.
And you need 2 or more climaxes in waiting room.
Well,
Because it
this
says
is-
if you
this
have
is-
one or less, you can't use it.
This is worded terribly. Like
It's worded the exact same way or not the exact same way, but it's worded similarly how Healing Magic says if you have more than one book character.
Oh, you
that's
may
not what I
only
mean.
play it
That's
if
not what I
there's
mean. I mean,
Yeah,
you may discard a climax card to the waiting room. If
Well, like,
so,
that's how
choose a character
all-
in battle.
Events with costs are worded. Like, you
with
may do
additional
something.
costs, yeah. Regardless, it ends up being kind of awkward in practice.
Sure.
Yeah, like
I
it sounds
guess.
good, but like I've tried it a couple times and it's just I've
Yeah.
never been able to use it.
So
So
I
it's 2/1
mean-
anti-damage, and it requires you to hit your climax and have 2 or more climaxes in the yard before you play this card.
So if you're playing
Yeah.
against blue friends, this card could be hilarious because they might be running the refresher. That
Sure.
Well, that is definitely one way to set this up.
I mean, you'll already have even if they don't play the
you'll have at least one
Fumio.
there because you played a climax. But
I mean it's whatever, I guess. I mean maybe this will be good in the blue green Puyo deck that makes 1 billion stock and runs bars and pants
Yeah,
probably.
like if you don't run bars or pants, it's like possible to play this card because you need to actively fetch climaxes.
Ayo, this is like the 3rd worst money counter ever printed.
Mm,
Yeah, definitely 3rd worst.
Uh,
Because first worst is the Dog Days one.
are we just saying like events?
Yes, I specifically referred to.
no, we're not talking about the King of Fighters card.
I was going to talk about the Gilgamesh, but if we want to talk about Goenitz, that's cool too.
No. This is, I think, maybe the second worst.
Second worst.
anti-damage.
It's definitely like still better than the Milky Holmes one.
I think
I
this is better
don't-
than
I
the
don't
Feathers
think so.
one.
You don't
I
I
think
don't
so?
think it is.
The Milky
This
Holmes
one
one
you
is
go neg 2.
the Milky Holmes one is actually unusable if it's not the last attack.
This is a climax combo reliant set in the end game. I don't want to drop my climax that I could be using to go pseudo Yami on you in order to
I mean,
prevent
it's technically
money from
better
stacking.
than Yami if they don't have money counter.
What do you mean?
6 instances of potential on cancel burn as opposed to 5.
Sure, but you need to have the climax and Al doesn't dig for it, which makes the oh my god, that's ridiculous. Which makes the buy price for the Al in Japan absolutely ridiculous to me.
Wait, how much is it right now?
It is
3200?
currently at
Went up?
3.2k.
What?
No, this is the buy list. They are
What?
Wait, what?
they are paying 3.2k
Excuse
for
me.
Wait,
each
what
copy of
website
Al.
is paying that much?
Number Lab.
Oh, okay.
What? What? They're paying $30 for that card?
Yeah.
That's
Did
impressive.
they pay $30 for Yami?
No.
Oh, my mind is blown. This might be a set with like really bork double R quantities though.
Yes, it is
yes.
because it's a 120. Oh, that's why they made it a 120 card set. Oh, scumbag. Anyway, let's I'm gonna go on. I'm just gonna go out and say this card is niche.
Niche.
It's an
Niche.
anti-damage
Sure.
card and it's niche.
I'm gonna give an awkward rating.
Whatever.
Stop making up
It's my
ratings.
rating.
You are ruining the sanctity of our holy rating system
It
that
is
I spent 3 minutes on.
collectively. It was great.
Dude, there isn't even a swag rating.
No.
There is no sanctity.
Fine. You can use your own ratings because this is a meme cast after all.
Well,
I
it is
think
a
I
meme
think
set
if the
at least.
rating means something, that's fine.
Please,
But
please stick to the actual ratings unless you want to meme.
in this case, like the card is niche. It's not quite bad. It's not nearly as unplayable as the Dog Days one.
Yeah,
But the Dog Days one is like special garbage.
yeah, like the Dog Days one doesn't even fix for itself because you're putting a copy into clock. That's so terrible. Like, Jesus Christ.
This card is really. I think this card is a trap.
This card isn't splashable like the Capo and LB ones are.
And it's not
So-
on color like the Two Lover one is.
Do not treat it like those cards. Next card. Ojama Puyo, or Nuisance Puyo. It's a 3/0. Yeah, I know.
So cool though.
So this card starts with go neg 5.
Cool.
It's super flavorful, so I'm into that.
Yeah.
But
If
the
you
flavor
do-
is shit.
If you do, put up to 2 cards from the top of your opponent's library to the waiting room, and choose up to 8 cards from your opponent's waiting room and add them to your opponent's library. But you have to go neg 5, and it's not even like selective neg 5. You have to have this card and 4 blue Puyos in your
You
hand.
don't.
But
It's
you,
the
you
two
get a
from the
sick
top
chain.
of their library, right?
Yeah.
Sorry?
So like,
Yeah, like you don't even get to search the library for climaxes.
it's like the shittiest fucking date that I've ever heard of.
No, this is
No,
very,
it's
very different to Date.
I mean,
It's
like,
just-
if you're like a god, you'll just hit 2 climaxes and put 8 damage in, and you basically Fumio them.
Can we stop using god scenarios? They never work out.
Well, tell that to Thomas when I keep top picking my climaxes.
Yeah, you need to stop stacking.
Whatever.
Ojama
wait.
Puyo is nothing like Date because Date is you get to swing in and you probably do like 6 damage total. This card
Oh my
you
God, Date,
probably
please.
remove 2 non-climaxes in order to put 8 climaxes in.
At the cost of
I mean,
5 cards
8
in your hand.
non-climaxes in. Yeah, and you go neg 5 in a set that doesn't have a billion. Like this is a 3/0 event, which is attractive. Like you don't need to spend stock. But blue in Puyo is probably going to go into the deck that generates an obscene amount of stock in order to abuse the Ringo.
Yeah, that is like
So-
the number one most awkward thing about the money counter is like, dang,
Yeah.
it has all these other costs, but you have this stock generating tool. I bet you wish it was just money counter now.
Much rather just a 2/3 or even a 2/4 money counter that gave like 1k power arbitrarily.
What, it could just be like how they balance the 2 level one? They just add
Yeah,
a
'cause
level and
that's
said plus
totally-
1500 power? Because that
Totally
matters.
balanced, right?
That matters.
This card is actively bad because if you ever play a deck with this, then no.
But the flavor.
This is one of those cards that is put in so the eventual Weiss Schwarz PS4 game will have an achievement of using this card.
The Weiss Schwarz PS4 game? Dear God.
This card is so bad that even using it is already an accomplishment. Like, no. Why would I ever want 4 blue Puyo in my hand? Why would I ever want this in my hand?
Alright, so we've successfully spent an hour and 20 minutes talking about blue.
I told you it's
There you
all
go,
based on
see?
what goes first. So now we can move on to yellow, I
XD.
guess. XDDD.
Well, if the yellow video ends up being longer, we'll
Sure, but
be
it's not going to be
improving.
long though.
Anyways, we will be right back, ending on the shittiest card in blue. It's
Sure,
worse
we'll
than the
do it in a
vanillas.
sec.